So this is going to be an interesting one. UFC 252, Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier, Marlon Vera versus Sean O'Malley, etc., etc. As you can see from the title, the eye pokes are going to be the focal point of the fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
That was certainly the case for the first two fights, and I don't see a reason why this one would be any different. That said, there are two big new changes coming into this fight. Firstly, Cormier clearly stated that he wants this to be a wrestling match, and the tiny cage is going to help him do that. Secondly, everyone is finally aware of the eye pokes. Stipe clearly said that he's going to talk to the referee prior to the fight, so he's going to be aware of that. Daniel knows he has a problem. For better or for worse, they're going to be in the back of his mind. Now, maybe that's going to make him more motivated to take it to the ground. Maybe that's going to make him too distracted, so he's not going to see Stipe's shots. And the same goes for Stipe. If he's going to be constantly thinking about that, maybe he's not going to see the knockout punch from DC. It's a coin flip, who this information is going to benefit, Cormier or Stipe. The way Daniel Cormier fights, because he is quite short, because of the way he keeps his hands up, it is unintentional, but it does open up situations for these kinds of eye pokes. The fact that he has quite a belly, just like myself, that opened up the 14 unanswered shots in the previous fights. Now, if DC manages to successfully employ his strategy, that is to take Stipe down and keep him there, then the conversation changes, because eye pokes are less common when it comes to groundwork. Other factors to consider, I suppose, is Stipe is a hell of a wrestler. The COVID situation might have made it so that DC ate a few more bags of Lay's than usual. Stipe seems to be even more ripped than in the previous fight. He did have to work as a first responder during this whole situation, so they'll probably make it that he's in an extremely good shape, but perhaps not as reactive and technical as he usually is. But if you do think I've left out some incredibly important details, do let me know in the comments down below. The way I see this fight playing out, it's basically a win-win kind of situation for DC. Either he goes for the poke 1-2 and knocks Stipe out just like he did in the first fight, or he successfully takes him down and ragdolls him for 5 rounds. Who knows? That being said, I have a crazy prediction of the fight, and I have a more feasible prediction of the fight. Crazy one is that it'll go 5 rounds, but Stipe will win on scorecards because of the points taken away from DC due to eye pokes. A more feasible prediction is that eventually DC knocks him out. It is his last fight. He's gonna be more motivated than ever. Now, if DC comes into the fight with a huge belly, and who knows, maybe Stipe will land even more body shots than in the previous fight. DC perhaps will try to keep his hands low and protect himself from those devastating shots. That'll certainly make it less likely for him to eye poke Stipe. Maybe he'll constantly be thinking about the next takedown, and when he does that, for some reason, the fingers just keep going to his opponent's eyes. Now, let's just hope that Stipe's been practicing eye movement. That's going to be key to his success in this fight. It is DC's last fight, so he's going to put as much oomph into the fight as he can. It's going to be a sick fight. I'm sure that's the case. But I'm also certain that eye pokes are going to play a major role in this fight. Fortunately, unfortunately, I'm not so sure. That's a weird way to end your career, but it is what it is, as Max always says. Did I just analyze the whole fight based on eye pokes? Yes, I did. See you after the event.